Oily deal. This opinion examines the implications of the Trump-Pakistan oil reserves deal and its broader political, economic, and ecological contradictions. In typically sensational fashion, Donald Trump pronounced on social media earlier this week that the U.S. and Pakistan had concluded a deal to explore the latter's massive oil reserves. Sensational fashion is an idiomatic expression meaning in an exaggerated or attention-grabbing manner. Pronounced is a verb meaning publicly declared. This sentence means that Trump used flamboyant announcements to declare a U.S.-Pakistan oil exploration agreement. The agreement was later confirmed by Pakistan's finance minister after negotiations in Washington. This sentence means that Pakistan's own officials validated the deal following talks in the U.S. Capitol. Predictably, neither side provided details about the coveted black gold. Coveted is an adjective meaning greatly desired. Black gold is a metaphor for oil. This sentence means that despite mutual hype, no specifics on the oil fields were revealed. Trump simply stated that he is in the process of deciding which oil company will lead the partnership. Lead the partnership is a business jargon phrase meaning to head the joint venture. This sentence means that Trump had not yet chosen the firm that would head the exploration. Much to the delight of Pakistani officialdom, Trump also added a backhanded comment about a future in which Pakistan sells oil to India. Officialdom is a jargon term referring collectively to government officials. Backhanded comment is an idiomatic expression meaning a remark that is both praising and insulting. This sentence means that Pakistani authorities appreciated Trump's jab at India even as he praised Pakistan. Who cares about facts when the purpose is to engage in mutual backslapping? Backslapping is an idiomatic expression meaning self-congratulatory praise. This sentence means that both governments prioritize praising each other over revealing real information. Almost as an aside, it was also announced that the U.S. had agreed to reduce tariffs on Pakistani exports to the U.S. As an aside is an idiomatic phrase meaning incidentally or in addition. Tariffs is a technical term meaning import duties. This sentence means that, alongside the oil deal, a tariff cut for Pakistan was quietly revealed. Again, no concrete figures were provided, but because of Trump's parallel post about the imposition of a 25% tariff rate on India, we should presumably be celebrating. Concrete figures is a noun phrase meaning specific numerical data. This sentence means that without numbers, Pakistanis were told to rejoice in a relative gain versus India's losses. Trump's methods are now old news, dramatic effect, and personal interest taking precedence over actual substance. Old news is an idiomatic expression meaning no longer surprising. Taking precedence is a phrasal verb meaning being given priority. This sentence means that Trump's flair for showmanship over real policy is well known. Pakistan's hybrid government appears to have jumped on the same gravy train, with little concern for various political, economic, and ecological impacts in the medium to long run. Hybrid government is a political jargon term indicating a mixed civil-military administration. Gravy train is an idiomatic expression meaning a situation offering easy profits. This sentence means that Pakistan's regime eagerly embraced the deal without weighing its broader consequences. Mythical oil reserves are just the tip of the iceberg. This sentence uses a metaphor to suggest that the oil hype hides far more serious issues. Let's start with the question of whether Pakistan actually possesses large oil reserves. This sentence introduces skepticism about the existence of major oil deposits. Beyond what is already being extracted from prominent sites like Sui, Gilmer Gas, and Gotki, preliminary data indicates oil and gas deposits in and around the coastal districts of Sindh and Balochistan, as well as some ways inland. Preliminary data is a technical term meaning initial findings. This sentence means that early surveys hint at hydrocarbons off and on shore, but nothing confirmed. There are reportedly also offshore deposits south of the Macron coast in the so-called Murray Ridge zone, but these are, as yet, just estimates. Offshore deposits is a technical term meaning undersea oil fields. This sentence means that the most ambitious reserve claims remain unverified projections. The Trump deal signals intent to not only verify what actually lies beneath the surface, but also to start drilling as soon as possible. This sentence means that the agreement commits both sides to rapid exploration and extraction. Perhaps unsurprisingly, for the particular nexus of state and multinational capital that is implicated here, no one seems to be concerned with a number of red flags, including the raging insurgency in Balochistan, already devastated coastal ecologies, and the increasingly sparse flows of water in the lower Indus Basin. Nexus is a noun meaning a connection or link. Red flags is an idiomatic expression meaning warning signs. This sentence means that powerful interests ignore critical issues: security, environment, and water scarcity. Trump's climate denialism explains his desire to shout the words "drill, baby, drill" at every opportunity. Climate denialism is a technical term meaning refusal to accept human-driven climate change. Drill, baby, drill is a slogan originally used to promote aggressive fossil fuel extraction. This sentence means that Trump's stance on climate fuels his push for more oil drilling. But the government in Pakistan has, since the 2022 floods, advertised itself as a major change agent in the global political economy, especially the so-called energy transition away from fossil fuels. Change agent is a jargon term meaning an actor driving reform. Energy transition is a technical term meaning the shift from fossil fuels to renewables. This sentence means that Pakistan claims to champion green energy even as it courts new oil projects. The contradictions don't end there. This sentence signals that more inconsistencies will be exposed. Over the past few months, the Pakistani commentariat has spent a lot of energy insisting that there are qualitatively new political and economic alignments taking shape in our region and the world at large. Commentariat is a jargon term referring to political commentators collectively. This sentence means that local pundits hype new global partnerships, yet the oil deal shows otherwise. During the military exchange between India and Pakistan in May, for instance, state nationalist sloganeering was accompanied by dreams of a new geopolitical formation in which Pakistan aligns clearly with China against the troika of the US, Israel, and India. State nationalist sloganeering is a noun phrase meaning official patriotic chants. Troika is a noun meaning a group of three allied powers. This sentence means that nationalist rhetoric called for a China-Pakistan bloc versus three adversaries, contradicting the U.S. oil deal. This imagery was propagated further during the Zionist aggression against Iran, when Pakistani officialdom was said to have stood steadfastly with its neighbor to the west in opposition to the Troika. This sentence means that Pakistan publicly backed Iran against U.S.-Israeli pressure, even though it is now striking an oil deal with the U.S. But beyond wishful thinking, there is little reason to believe that our militarized ruling class is concerned with principles, let alone any kind of substantive anti-imperialism. Wishful thinking is an idiomatic expression meaning unrealistic hopes. Militarized ruling class is a political jargon term meaning generals and their allies in power. This sentence means that Pakistan's leaders pursue power broker deals rather than genuine independence from foreign influence. The oily deal with Trump only confirms that this hybrid regime, like almost all that have preceded it, continue to think of Pakistan's territory and resources as auctionable to the highest bidder. This sentence means that successive governments commodify national assets for foreign investment. Whether the resource in question is oil, gas, or minerals that can be pitched as central to the renewable energy transition, local communities that are the only rightful owners continue to be denied their due, even punished for demanding it. Pitched as is a phrasal verb meaning presented or promoted as. This sentence means that, despite promises of benefit, indigenous and rural people are excluded and even repressed. Alongside the criminalization of Baloch youth, counterterrorism operations have been launched in resource-rich Pakhtun regions. Criminalization is a noun meaning the process of making something illegal. This sentence means that local dissenters are labeled criminals as security forces clamp down near new oil prospects. Celebrating a shady oil exploration deal with the Trump White House that would only deepen the alienation of the peripheries and contribute nothing to the welfare of working people in metropolitan areas confirms that the regime couldn't care less about the masses and fragile ecologies. Shady is an adjective meaning suspicious or untransparent. Alienation of the peripheries is a phrase meaning pushing border communities further outside mainstream benefits. This sentence means that the government's cheerleading for the oil deal shows disregard for both rural well-being and environmental stability. Indeed, the fine print of the deal mentions mineral exploration and cryptocurrency, making clear that the till now mythical oil reserves are just the tip of the iceberg. Fine print is an idiomatic expression meaning the detailed terms usually overlooked. This sentence means that hidden clauses expand the venture beyond oil into other lucrative, risky domains. The problem is identifying the political constituency to chart an alternative future. Political constituency is a political jargon term meaning a group of supporters or stakeholders. This sentence means that it's unclear who can rally popular backing against this extractive model. The PTI remains the largest mainstream party, but is in internal disarray and faces continuous repression. This sentence means that the main opposition is too weakened to challenge the oil deal consensus. Progressive forces outside the mainstream should eschew wishful thinking and unproductive echo chambers so as to coalesce around an anti-regime program. Else Trumpism will remain the only game in town. Eschew is a verb meaning to deliberately avoid. Echo chambers is a metaphor meaning closed circles, reinforcing the same views. This sentence means that reformist groups must build real alliances beyond their own circles to counteract the current regime's alignment with Trump. The writer teaches at Quaid-e Azam University, Islamabad. Published in Dawn, August 1, 2025.